Salute, salute, salute. Peace and power, peace and power. I thank the universal truth and the absolute laws of nature for guiding me, protecting me, and giving me the strength to endure the imperfect. I shall attack with vigor, making progressive moves. A divine mind knows, a divine mind shows. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. All things work in divine order. Salute. Peace and power to the people that struggle. As you come on in, know that you are in a safe space. As you come on in, know that you are in your space. You are in a space of love and unity. As you come on in, know that you are in a space for conversation, dialogue, comments, concerns, answers, solutions, intelligence. Know that you are in a space where we seek a path towards true liberation. As my classroom assistants come on in, please put all funding information in the chat for the duration of class. Please put all contact information, my contact information, in the chat for the duration of class. Please feel free to exchange information with each other. We are growing this class for specific reasons. We need our numbers. We need our numbers. Do you understand? There is power in numbers. Not just for social media. We have to build a nation, a strong, militant nation. Okay? If you or anybody you know, listen, this is every night. If you or anyone you know has an anger management issue, please book an assessment. If you or anyone you know has an anger issue, book an assessment. Okay? If you are already up under here, book your sessions. Get your sessions in. Book a session for someone else. Book an assessment for somebody else. Okay? We do not need to have preventable events popping off as such. And I'm seeing them every single day, sometimes all day. Okay? This is serious. If you or anybody you know is in need of a domestic violence intervention, intimate relationship abuse, book an assessment. Find out the behaviors you need to be alarmed by, what you need to be alerted to, what you should keep aware of, right? Learn everything that needs to be learned when it comes to this. Domestic violence, anger management goes hand in hand. I cannot stress it more. Help is here. If you need assistance, get it right. Remember, the life you save could be your own. Listen, this is going to be straight lessons tonight. We don't even know these individuals to tag at all. But y'all could tag the mayor. Yeah, tag old Eric, as 50 calls him. Tag the governor and the National Guard. As we spoke about in class earlier, this week, they ain't do shit. Their presence means absolutely nothing. We discussed it. That's why this is one of the most intelligent classes and the smartest space on social media. We discussed it at length. Who fits the profile? Who has a bag? Where are these people going to be located? What are the true hot spots? So as we've seen since the National Guard has been present and the New York State law enforcement ranger cap wearing dudes, all stiff in the neck. We done had 10 more shootings, a few stabbings, multiple assaults and robberies. All right? We discussed this specifically. So tag your politicians. Okay? And we're not making light of this situation. However, after this class, we are going to start looking at things differently. Okay? As I told you many times before, it's not what we see, it's what we don't see. Okay? It is what we don't see. I want you to pay attention to that. What we don't see. And there's a lot of things I didn't see in this viral video, but there's a lot of things I heard and saw. So we're going to go into it at length. Okay? But who in the class? I see it took me 15 minutes to send out as many invites as I could because, again, people are complaining. They're not getting notifications. There are people who are subscribing 2 and 3 times, not getting the notifications. There's people who telling me, close people, that they can't even watch when the space is on. So I'm personally doing it. Excuse and pardon the delay. I know some of you wait good 15, 20 minutes from the time I'm uploading the invites. Just give me a few. Again, if you are deigning, if you are our Islamic faith following family, please, Ramadan Mubarak, know that there's going to be language in my class, as in all my classes, okay? But, man, it's dark already. Y'all done broke fast. So, excuse the language at times. Again, let's get into it. Who here? Nina. Nina Smiles. Nina Smiles. Up there in New England. First in class. There you go. A Wood. Hold up. Wait a minute. A Wood. 55, A Wood. Yeah. Classroom assistant. Gotcha. You. A Wood, I did not see you last night. I didn't get no DM. No doctor's note. No child's father's note. No note from your girlfriend saying y'all was out and about. 55, A Wood. Philip Boone, what's good? Cool. K King, what up? Dustfro, what up? C Blades. Ha. Sniper. Andrea Jones, what's going on? Lovely lady, how are you? Jeff Spark. Yeah. Geechee, what up? Rugi Hauser, what's going on? Stone. Zone 864 TV. Sean Jenkins, Black Queen to me. What's going on? Yes. Turner Ira. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Mubarak. Terrence Butler, what's going on? CB, what up? Saul, what's going on? E. Blandon, 55. Got him. Yeah, got you, E. Gotcha. CDP, 55. Got you. Yeah. Jamal Davis, 55. Got him. Yeah. Tierra, what up? Mark Lewis, what up, soul? J 544. Memphis is in the spotty spot. We see you. Hearts Tunes TV. We see you. You up in here. George Johnson. No relation. We see you. Yeah. What's going on? Vitamin Vision TV. 55. Got you. Oh, got you. Trillionaire. 55. Got you. Yeah. Anton's alive. Nah, man, you won't be in class. You ain't participating, Anton. 55. You try to gas me? No. Barbara Williams. 55. Yeah, Rick Gatlin. 55. Yeah. Who else? Who else? Ed 1050. What's going on? Strictly Game. LA's up in the spot. Brandon Hawkins. What's going to think for yourself? 55. Neef Buck. 2, 3, 55. Let's play. We see you, Bushhead. What's going on? 55, gang. Get your grades up. Yeah. Yeah. Because you missed 3 classes before that CDP and you ain't getting no 55. 55 again. Questioning 55. Yeah. Yeah, Merlin Mall. 55 for you. I'm amped up. They locked the champ up. Yeah. What up, Matthew? 55. 55, gang. Get y'all grades up. Let's get to it. All seriousness now. Let's get to it. This is in my neck of the woods. Okay? This is in my neck of the woods. Okay? Huh? We talking about BK. Now, as we discussed, there is no outside police agencies that can deal with this problem. As we also discussed, I said it in class, that there were going to be people jumping out of the window on some vigilante Bernard Getz type stuff. If you're a youngin' and you don't know who Bernard Getz is, look it up. Do some more homework. Look it up. All right? Bernard Getz took the law into his own hands back in the 80s. So look it up. We said that. Didn't we say that? Didn't we say it? All right? Now, we also said, well, where these extra cops going to be? Where these National Guards going to be? We said they wasn't going to be at Broadway Junction. They wasn't going to be at Utica. They wasn't going to be in Pennsylvania. They wasn't going to be, didn't we say in the Star? Huh? We said that, right? We said the A train. And look what happened. Like clockwork. Hood Center highlights. Much appreciated for the super chat. We said that. So now that we know that this class is always on point because we got the most intelligent scholars here. We seek the truth. So now, let's take this video and this event and rip it apart. Okay? We're not getting emotional. I don't want you to come in here emotionally charged and triggered. We're not doing that. We're sticking strictly to the facts, okay, of what we saw. And we have a lot to go with. Now, I'm going to tell you every name that has to do with this, I did searches for. I did Google searches. I did DuckDuckGo searches. I did Twitter, IG searches, Facebook searches for the names. The young man who ended up getting clapped, right, with his own little thing, I didn't find him anywhere, so I found that to be sus. Okay? This chick, well, these women that were on the news, didn't find them nowhere except for one who was actually a journalist. And of course, since she's been on the news and was there at the event, though I didn't see her in the subway car, however, right? Her page got another 5,000-6,000 subscribers and followers. Okay? Now, did a search for the youngin'. His name ain't come up either. And now we do know that law enforcement, NYPD, is looking for the young woman who poked homie up. And we're going to get into all that. The new vid that's going out via broadcast news is the vid of this young man, right? This young man evading the fear and walking through to get on the subway. What they want to call, or what we know is a fare beater. And I looked in his face, and it was very familiar to me because he had the same look in his eye. He had the same look in his face that the individual couple of months back had when they had the altercation in Vanderveer and he unalived his neighbor. Had the same look. They had the same look. I've seen this before. I've seen it in the streets. I've seen it working. Now I'm looking, he comes through. Again, if he is bold enough to walk through in 2024, knowing cameras are everywhere, to fare beat, which many people still do, with a hammer on him, I find that to be very, very weird. Does it happen? Yes. Does it happen often? Yes. Very weird, but people do it a lot. Keezy, much appreciated. Salute, much appreciated for the green screen. Keep funding the war effort. Now listen, that was very weird. It happens on a regular basis. More so than people want to believe. People will jump the turnstile, even though it's not jumping the turn, well, walking through, knowing police could be in there with a hammer on them. Okay? But it's weird in 2024 for me. Now, is this entire situation an anger management lesson? Yes, it is. In his face, in his demeanor, walking through, he already appears to be triggered. All right? Why would he be triggered just coming in to the train station or just walking about? As I explained, not only in class, but in private sessions, your anger starts here. Right here. And what's up here? Your brain. How you think. Why you think a certain way. The traumas. Your coping mechanisms. Your defaults. So right here, walking through the train station, he's already triggered. From that point, like I said in my book, the All-American Justice System Handbook, you plan to go to jail or worse, meet your demise right here. So before you even get caught up in the hands of the legal system, the long arm of the authorities, if you change your mind frame before you leave your house, before you leave your dwelling, before you leave the shelter, before you leave your baby mama crib, before you leave Big Bertha crib that you've been staying at to get that tax return, if you clear your mind, you just might make it home. Okay? You just might make it home. So the thought initially shows me that he was in the wrong belief system. I always say, whether you are right and exact or not in New York City, in New York State, is very different from how you're legally charged. So when people have weapons on them, I don't care how dangerous the streets are. I don't care how much beef you got. I don't care how lit you think you are. I don't care what you've been through. When you have that on you, you are out of pocket. That's just what it is. Now, you could argue all day about what if, the circumstances, how we raised, You out of pocket. So your brain is already in a deficit. Okay? You're already wrong. You're wrong. Okay? Even, now check this out. If you are a legal hammer owner, right? You still not allowed to walk like that here. There's different ways you have to go about it. This ain't Texas. This ain't Oklahoma. This ain't North and South Dakota. The boroughs have rules that are different from the counties, Suffolk and Long Island, which are different from the counties up north. Chemont County, Dannemora, right? Rockland, Orange, Malone, different. So he already has a belief system. And I know, because I used to keep two on me on a regular. I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Trust me, I know the feeling. I know the scent. I know what it does to you and for you when you got it on you. That in itself is something that you have to deprogram yourself from. Okay? So now you're already thinking anybody gonna get it. And if you're triggered, anybody usually does get it. So homie's in the wrong from the rip. Now, continue, because he's layering how wrong he is. You got a hammer on you. You're going on a train with it. You're jumping the turnstile with it. Now, that's the layers. Okay? These are the layers. Wrong. All the way across the board. Now listen, because again, I always tell y'all, we have to look at from the very first point somebody starts recording. All right? Once they started recording, the very first thing that I heard him say, I don't give a F about you Spanish people. Y'all want to fight and jump on police? Whoa. Weird. Weird. That's the argument. That's what we see first. Now, it could have been much more prior to that, but from what we're seeing and what they're reporting, when he jumped on the train station, when he evaded the fare, that was only 15 minutes before the incident. So we got to give or take 5, maybe 7 minutes before the train came. So it would give you maybe 3 or 4 minutes of an interaction. Whatever it was, these are the words when somebody started recording. He was going in on Latin people and on this chick, which for some reason later on he wasn't paying attention to. But he knew she was there. And when I'm watching, I see it initially. He's beefing hard now at 36. He was using a lot of language and a lot of words. So I'm like, okay, well, what are we doing here? Because I'm thinking, I know Nostrand Ave. I know the area. Little gentrified now, but dudes from NA Rock don't act like that. If it's new, he's 36. 10 away from 36 is 26. That would put him in 2014, okay? That's a 26 years old in 2014. Take 10 away from that, right? That's 2004. He would be 16 in 2004, the year I touched. Dudes were still wild, very much so, especially at 16. So that means when he was running around at 16, the style was still red. Yeah, it was very much red. There was a lot of activity. They don't talk too much over there, especially if they got it on them. Okay, we gonna rip this with layers. This dude, again, that's what made me search. I went everywhere. His name was popping up. The only person I got under that name consistently was a young man out of Chicago who owns a construction nonprofit where he's teaching kids and people in the community about construction work. Okay? Construction work. He's a contractor. DeJuan Robinson. This is what I kept finding other than a couple of athletes with the same name. And he looked sort of like the dude, but I'm not sure. So far, no family members from Brooklyn that I've seen have made any statement about it. And if I still had my credentials, I might have been able to get up in a hospital and take a peek. However, I'm watching the mannerisms and what he's saying. He's consistently inviting homie to fight. Consistent. And he's over him and standing and beefing. So I'm looking like, he don't move like a Brooklyn dude. He just don't. Because by now, the dudes I know from the style, if it was up like that and he already had it on him, he would have hooked on this dude. This dude was sitting there for the longest and he's having this anti-rant. Now, around in the car that we see at that point, the dude in the yellow construction vest, Spanish. Whoever this chick is behind the camera, we can hear Spanish. Everybody's around is Spanish. And he's having this rant. So I guess they are allowing that. And in the space that they are allowing that, he's consistently getting more and more agitated. His cues, like we speak in our personal sessions, his physical cues are there. I see him puffed up. I see him getting loud. I see him pacing back and forth. His fists are balled up. His elevation is consistently moving up. Angry. Now, at this point, the young man stands up and they about to square off. Homie takes off the jacket. Now, still, for me, that's a bit much. It's more of a performance than anything. Throws the jacket down. I don't hear the heavy sound of a hammer. I watched it several times. I didn't hear the hammer. And I'm sure nobody else on the train heard it either. He gets to a point where they doing some little funny style. You know, neither one of them have hands. However, homie hooks, catches homeboy, caught the young dude. Oh, that was it. Buckled him. Right there, he know he don't want any issues. He don't. All right? Now, nobody is de-escalating it. No one is de-escalating this situation. No one stepped in front of them or anything at that point. Weird, again, in 2024, after we know, right, that a man was unalived, right, on the 4 train. Yeah, from Utica to Franklin. We know what's popping off on these trains. Nobody tried to really de-escalate it. Okay, so now homie jumped, hit him, oh, buckles him. They still squaring off. Again. Hits him again. Grab him. Now he's on top of him. Let's wait right there. Me, having fought on subway trains, knowing the spacing of it, I'm telling you, if you watch New York City subway fights at any given time, if somebody hits that chair, no one that I've seen ever jumps on somebody. When you are on that train and you got these bars, it's usually a stomp out. Kicking, stomping. That's the usual, because you know you don't have much time and you know that he's not alone. You're watching the rest of the car. You see it. However, we're going to play devil's advocate. Maybe he wasn't in his right mind. Maybe he was intoxicated. We don't know. But he doesn't stomp this dude. He doesn't kick this dude. He doesn't jump and hold the, oh my goodness. We call not even strap hangers. Oh my god, whatever. The poles and stomp and kick. None of that. That's what Bed-Stuy do. You get in the boots. So now he's on him. And he's not hooking on him. He's just on him. Weird again. So as he's on him, back turn, here comes the girl. Now mind you, she was reaching the whole time he was beefing. She sat across from him, reaching. He's not paying attention. He's steadily beefing at this dude. Now, his back is turned. She on him. Poked him. As she should. As she should. Right? Now you're getting poked once. You don't feel it. 2, 3. Oh! Now he's alerted. Oh! Which in all reality could have finished him there. Because if she would have hit that kidney, any experience, that would have been it. She could have slumped him. She poked him and fell back. Took him a minute. Now he's reaching. At this point, now, the tall Latino brother steps up. Yo, chill. He's looking. Now he's paying attention to this girl. You stab. And we see him leaking. Still doesn't calm down. Now it's up. Everything is up now. Right? what does he do? Now you go over to the jacket, still running the mouth. Homie now, because he's looking at the girl, stands near to shield this girl. Because he's just beefing. Maybe he don't want her to get punched in the face. I don't know. But now, dude picks up his jacket. Reaches in the jacket, fumbling, reaches, now backs out. Let's stop there. Anybody at that point, no, he has the drop on everybody in there. What does he do? He's still mouthing. Nobody, I don't hear no screams or nothing yet. All right? Nothing yet. Backs out. And now he cocks it. One up in a pop. Puts one in there. And still beefing. Now he's beefing. And all of a sudden, the person with the phone, with the recorder, turns away. Now, I found that so sus. Because we seen Walter Scott running for police, got hit all up in his back. We done seen people get choked out. We saw the George Floyd vid. Nobody turned nothing. So you mean to tell me at that point, whoever was recording turned? All right. Y'all think it's okay? I don't. And then we hear it. But we don't see it. We hear it. Bam! And then now the camera's watching everybody else screaming, running. No other camera so far. If I'm wrong, let me know. If y'all have seen other angles and other people pull out, no one else had the phone, just that one individual during all this time. All right. Y'all believe it? I don't. However, what we end up seeing, right, and hearing is homie getting clapped with his own ratchet. Now, I know from experience over and over and over. One, ain't nobody never running up on me. I've never had nobody run up on me when I got that thing out. Ever. Ever. Two, any person I know a lot of people that throw that hammer. There's no talking. Especially, now let me get this right, after you know you done been punched, hit in the head with a bottle, hit with a stick, but if somebody pokes you, you draw down and you talk. You don't draw down and just start letting off. Nah, not nobody from the start. I don't believe that at all. You've been poked, you're leaking, you pull out and you talk. I'm not buying it. Me, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Okay? How? At what point did this dude get that hammer from him? Anybody else can buy it, not me. However, this is where we at with it. So now, homie got hit with his own hammer. He's critical. And at this point, we can only, for the sake of his family and whoever loves him, wish him a speedy recovery. Okay? We know now that the young man isn't going to be charged. And in all reality, we cannot argue with that with any type of sense. We cannot argue with that. He was unarmed. He didn't have a poker. He didn't have nothing. He sat there. He got beef too. He was punched in the mouth. He was dazed. He got punched again. He knew his life was threatened. So however he got that hammer, all right, we know that. Am I surprised that he wasn't charged in Kings County? Hell yeah. Does not, and I repeat, it does not clear and exonerate the broad. She poked that man. She's supposed to get charged. So when they find her to question her about the incident, put the cuffs on her. Yeah, she did good. She held down her peoples, no doubt. It's a crime, though, Missy. It's a crime. Two men was fighting. His back was turned. At that point, you didn't see no weapon, nothing. You saw him getting duffed out. You decided to get the poking. You, miss, you get an assault with a deadly weapon charge. Whether it was an ice pick, whether it was a hunting knife, whatever, you get charged for that. So, that don't exonerate you. Homie, we could see. We'll see. But, again, I have yet to find any of these people on social media. Now, I've seen several people talk on the news, and when you look at the thumbnail, you're going to see the one who was on the ground, kind of looking a little off. Get off of me, get off of me. Let me out of here, let me out of here. Looking off, but when she spoke to the news today, she was wigged out. She went to fab. I said, damn, is that the same person? Like, really? Nah. On the train, I'm serious. Looked like she was a construction worker going or coming from flag waving or demolition or something. Talking to the news, knowing that the news cameras was there, she looked like she was going on a Sexy Red video. However, still traumatized though. When you got the blonde curls and all, where'd that come from? So again, these videos that are going viral, these incidents, because mind you, there was 4 other shootings throughout the boroughs yesterday. Yeah, some wild stuff was going on all day yesterday. So it was very weird. I look at everything and start picking it apart. Everything. The other woman is a journalist. You know, brown skin with the wig. Just happened to be there. Her Twitter lit up. So I'm watching everybody because this is what we have to do. Because we have to make it make sense that someone that agitated who is a fair beater with a hammer on them gonna end up getting clapped with their own tool? Really? That makes sense to y'all, not to me. But let's just play devil's advocate and say everything that we witnessed is right and exact. Let's talk about the mentality and the behavior. Because, again, it is very, very alarming for me. I always say it. If you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't have a hammer. You shouldn't have the ratchet. You shouldn't have it on you if you don't know what you're doing. Because when it comes time to operate, you're going to fold. You're going to do the same thing. You're going to do the same thing. Just like I've seen individuals behind the wall with an ice pick or razor, bone crusher, and they coming at somebody and they don't have no hands. And the dude they coming at got hands, and they come with their little raggedy trying to cut or poke, and they get disarmed, dropped, and poked with their own thing. Or cut with their own thing. Same thing, it's the same principles. If you don't know what you're doing, but you got it all the time, when it comes time to move, you're going to hesitate. Because this is the belief system. People believe that because they have it, that they're going to use it. And if they're using it, they believe that they're going to be justified legally. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Okay? So again, for me, it's sus. It's sus. I've never seen that ever. And I've got hammers drawn out on me in close distance and been able to do my thing. I've done slap hammers out of dudes' hands. Done all that in close proximity. I've never, ever tried anybody that was 3-4 feet away from me. Ever. Soon as you flinch, you gonna get popped. And this dude backed down from that distance, and by the time the camera moved, we don't see nothing no more. We don't know what took place. All we hear, come on. But again, anger management could have prevented all of that. All of that. We wouldn't even be discussing this right now if he would have had the slightest idea of how to manage himself. And this is what I say all the time, because it is a discipline. It is the discipline in which you are able to respond to the world much differently. Much differently. Because how you respond to the world causes consequences. Unforeseen consequences. Now, I'm sure when he got on a train, he didn't pay for it, right? I'm sure at that point in his mind, he believed he was that dude. He believed it because he had it on him, that he was that man. You understand? That he was that man. He believed it. Like everybody else, people become victims of their own truth, victims of their own belief systems. And that's how they respond to the world, and how you respond is going to cause consequences. Some might not be immediate. Some may take a while, but consequences come for anything that we do, you can have good consequences. But something is going to happen. Now, based on that belief, I guarantee you he didn't think his consequences was him getting hit with his own hammer. In the head, no less. So, where we at with it? Again, beliefs, manifestation of them beliefs. But what are our beliefs? Our beliefs come about because of the themes that we go through, the language, how we communicate, how we interpret, the processing of all that, and how we move, how we manifest. That is our beliefs. So if you believe you're a tough guy, 24/7, then the consequences of a tough guy you have to be built for. Get what I'm saying? Now, his belief system, he definitely didn't think he was going to get hit in the head. I mean, not from, you want to beat up on cops? Y'all Latin people, y'all Spanish people think y'all own. That is a belief. Was he watching too many vids on social media? Watching the false narratives, watching talks of the migrants doing this and doing that. These things going in here and the processing can lead people who may not already be well down a bad path. Okay? This is where we at with it. You have to understand that. All right? Come on now. Gotta know that. How do you keep yourself in a cool space? How do you de-escalate yourself? How do you respond to the world? Because at any given time, any of us are triggered. I always tell you that anger management is not getting rid of anger. It's managing your anger and your response to it by utilizing a specific discipline. You're going to always be mad because getting mad is natural. Getting angry is natural. Dogs get angry. Lions, bears, tigers, they get angry. You understand? But they don't have what we have. They're not intelligent. They move on instinct. Anger management allows you to move with intelligence because the instinct is something that we all move to based on our trauma. We got hit in the mouth when we was teenagers, so we hit people in the mouth. Dude got it on him, I got it on me. That's instinctual responses. When you are intelligent, when you're thinking first, when you are disciplined and calming yourself and speaking to yourself in a space to say, you know what, this should get ready to get ugly. I've been here before, I've seen it. But if you believe that that's it, it's just all you, and you got it on you, and now we see how it play out, we have to question, was you built for that? Was you built to have it on you? And we see that, well, if we believe the tape, if we believe the narrative, we see that he wasn't built for it. So with all due respect, when this man who was weaponless, who was assaulted, happens to fight for his life and win, oh well. We seen that with the bodega, with the corner store owner, when homie went in there and jumped over the counter on Poppy. And what happened? Poppy banged him out and he lost his life. He was unalived in that store. Okay? How do we respond to the world? How would you respond in that situation? I'm telling you, it's deep, because people that I talk to on a regular basis always tell me, yo, the trains is off the meter right now. And I'm telling them the streets is off the meter right now. I'm telling them driving in traffic is off the meter right now. Because people are triggered, and they come from different backgrounds, and they have different levels of trauma. And people are not responding to each other in a manner that is healthy. So who's going to be the smart one? Who's going to make it home? You understand? Because in that space, I see no purpose in it. I don't see anything. There was no money involved. This was a complete, from what we know, this was a total stranger. Nothing. Nothing. Okay? So, what's it worth? Because he's not very different from some of the people y'all follow on social media. Yeah. He's not very different from the kids that you walk past every day. We see the behavior. He's not different from the teens in high school. This is what's going on. He's not different from the women who, they younger than me, but they middle-aged in their 40s, that's jumping over counters in Popeyes and McDonald's and fighting in Denny's. This is how people are responding to the world. And when you respond like that, you're going to suffer consequences. Again, some immediately, some may take longer to catch up. And when they take longer to catch up, that only adds a layer to people's belief that they are in the right. So now that becomes their default. Oh, I got away with it, and I'm going to keep getting away with it. That means my behavior is on point. That's a default. So when your consequences don't catch up immediately, right? When they don't catch up to you immediately, you begin to believe that it's always going to pan out like that. Right? This world is off the meter right now, no doubt. Much appreciated, Mark Lewis. Yes, it's off the meter. But that doesn't mean we supposed to be off the meter with it. All right? Come on now. So now what if he doesn't make it? Again, I'm still trying to find a family member, a social media, but if this guy is from the town. Because none of it made sense. He doesn't move like it. Okay? I just want us in class to make sure that we understand the lesson in it. We have to understand the lesson in it. Now, the people on the train, some are saying they should have moved. They should listen. You have to look and see. Boom, train was moving. Now, from that point, if that thing was an express, that's why we seeing it. You ain't going nowhere. There's nowhere for them to go but hit the floor. That was it. So they weren't in the wrong. You know? Voodoo, I don't know. I've seen, and people have been sending me what they believe is the very beginning of the confrontation. But again, when you rewatch this on the replay, you're going to see, I told you, they have pictures. Well, they have the video of him walking and beating the fare, coming through the gate, getting on the subway. And they said that was 15 minutes before the incident. So we don't know. We don't know. You dig? We have no idea. We do know the initial language, what he was saying. And I found that weird that he was that triggered. Spidey Killer 800, much appreciated. Okay? That you was saying, y'all think y'all gonna just beat up on cops. Y'all Spanish people think this is, no, what? I'm about that. You think you, that seemed very off. That's not a statement that a street dude that got it on him is gonna make. Somebody that has an illegal, as far as we know, illegal firearm on them, going to make a statement like that? Y'all think y'all could beat up on cops and what? What? That makes sense from a Bed-Stuy dude? And we just assuming that he from the Stuy. Because that's where he got on the train at. We, again, up to this point, we know nothing of him. I done searched. I don't see nothing on social media about this individual. So we're just making assumptions that he's from the Stuy. Don't get tight, Bed-Stuy. I'm telling you, through this whole class, I've been telling you, I know how they move. Ain't nobody from the Stuy backing out and talking. He backing out and letting it go, especially knowing that he got poked. So again, the whole fabric of this vid looks weird. Right? Yeah, I hear you, Al. I'm telling you. I agree, Al. Ain't nobody from the Stuy ever doing nothing like that. Especially if they got it on them and they bold enough to walk through and not pay to get on a subway. That don't move like Bed-Stuy to me. It don't. So I don't know who he is where he from. So there may be mental health issues here and there. Has to be. Zelda, salute, much appreciated. Okay? But again, anger management. Anger management. Anger management. We all have to be able to de-escalate ourselves. We all have to be able to look at another individual and read body language. Okay? To know. Come on, this is basic. That's anger management 101. You was elevated for what? How? Why? When? What did that? And then and only then, will we be able to make sense of it. Okay? That's what we got to do. James Crawley, much appreciated. That's right. Keep funding the war effort because this is an ongoing war. I keep telling you, this is daily. And a lot of people who fund the war effort, I'm saying, directly, y'all help with somebody who might be strapped and can't pay for an assessment, can't pay for anger management. And then I'm able to say, oh, okay, I got that. Let me get somebody who's in need. And then again, when people donate other things, I can give to in the community and move. But again, when we talking about how we manifest ourselves, how we work, how we walk and work with purpose, we're able to secure ourselves. You're able to move in a militant mindset. You have to be, because that quickly, he could have turned around and unalived people on that train right then and there. right then and there. That would have been it. In a close proximity of that little subway car. It could have went a whole different direction. So again, let us be the class that puts the message out, or keep ourselves out of harm's way and our family members. Because I don't believe it. I believe that this is just another video for whatever reason that fell into our laps, that went viral, that to me is looking a little sus. I've been in town too long. I've been on the subways too long. I've seen everything from dope fiends to crackheads. I missed that whole ecstasy era and all that, and Molly and all that, but damn it, I've seen this strange weed. I've been through the loud. I've seen that. We on this new stage. And again, if things don't make sense, they don't make sense. They just don't. Okay? But it's just that quick. It's just that quick. So I want y'all to understand that. The way these politicians is going about talking about public safety and all that, they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. And the anti-gun violence programs, it's a whole nother ball game. Because they miss a lot. Because those people who are funding them are training them to think and operate like them. So a lot of times they move and they're not in the streets. They're not in the subways. They're doing something else. And the more you are removed from the individual and the problems, the less effective you're going to be. But it's going to be a hot spring and an even hotter summer. So let us be the individuals who take care of us. Let us speak with sense. Let us speak with higher intelligence so we can move militant and keep us and our loved ones safe. But I'm not jacking that. I'm not. As always, I'm going to always be as truthful as I can be. I don't dig it. Okay? I'm not getting that. I don't know who he is, where he's from, but I'm not behind that. Ain't no way. No way. You do too much talking. Too much. And on that note, this class is over. But we got 129 in the building. Oh yeah, we got to come right back. We have to come right back. Yeah. Because y'all man done bumped his head. And if y'all don't cancel him right now, if y'all don't get in this space, because they're getting ready to dead TikTok, so you might as well, I'm asking you, we have to cancel all celebrities before that happened, but we definitely gotta cancel Floyd Mayweather Jr. Yeah, Floyd Dummy Mayweather. Because this shit he done pulled is just dumb. Beyond dumb. It goes beyond the boundaries of illiteracy. He's just dumb. So yeah, class is coming right back with a whole new thumbnail and an entirely different conversation. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm on one tonight. Because he's a dummy. So peace. Remember, don't believe in me. Believe in my belief in you. Okay? Guard your mind. Guard your mind. And listen, I'm not sending out all them invites, because we getting right to it. Soon as this upload, we getting right to it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you in here now, if you in the barbershop, if you in the bed with your little side piece, or you trying to rock the kids to sleep, just come right back on. Don't play no games, because it's coming right back on. You understand me? If you're breaking your fast and you're eating your dates and you're trying to get your belly full for tomorrow, I'm telling you, we coming right back. All right? So 55 gang, get your grades up.